Did you know that there are some really big changes in the real estate industry? But you know what? Don't start freaking out. They're not that crazy. Let me simplify it for you. So it used to be that sellers would pay, let's say, a 6% commission to their real estate agent. Then that agent would split that commission with a buyer's agent 50-50. The seller's agent would advertise the listing on the multiple listing service or the MLS along with how much commission he was paying the buyer's agent. Well, some homeowners in Missouri said that the commission was fixed, that they weren't allowed to negotiate a lower commission, and they weren't even aware that they could negotiate a lower commission at all. They also said that realtors would steer buyers away from the listing that paid less than 3% or let's say 2.5% to the buyer's agent. So they filed a lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, and won. The NAR then settled to pay the homeowners $418 million. This brought some changes in our industry, and the changes are, number one, listing agents can no longer advertise on the MLS that the seller is paying a commission to the buyer's agent or even the amount of the commission. However, the seller can still pay a commission to the buyer's agent as they always have, but it just can't be advertised on the MLS. And secondly, if a buyer now wants to see a home that is listed for sale, then the buyer has to first sign a buyer representation and broker compensation agreement, which says that the buyer is going to pay either a commission amount like 2 or 3% to the buyer's agent, or maybe a fixed fee or even an hourly rate instead of a commission. However, the buyer can still ask the seller to pay the buyer's agent's commission in their offer to purchase the home by asking for concessions from the seller. But the buyer's agent cannot receive any more money than that specified in the offer to purchase the home. And thirdly, our agreements with the buyer or the seller must state that the commission paid to either agent is negotiable. By the way, in California, our agreements have already said that the commission is in fact negotiable. Kudos to California for being ahead of most states. So that's basically the nitty-gritty. Nothing to lose some sleep over. There is simply more transparency about how commissions work and who is going to pay who in the transaction. So if you have more questions on how all this works, reach out to me, and I'd love to hear from you as to what you think of these changes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you folks on the next one.